How y'all doing? Welcome back to Financial Freedom. Today we're going to be talking about PayPal and PayPal's earnings. Now, I don't know about you, but it seems like these days in the stock market, a stock can do all the right things. People are excited about the stock, the numbers are great, the conference call is phenomenal, and the stock just comes barreling down in price. But, usually there are reasons behind why the stock can go down despite all this good news. So I'm going to cover those reasons why PayPal went down in price despite having a good earnings. If you like this kind of content, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends and family. My personal goal is to reach 100 subscribers before the month of February ends. So if you could help me reach that goal, that would mean the world to me. Let's go ahead and get into the numbers. Now, there's a lot of criticism about PayPal. A lot of people are saying that PayPal is a dead stock, that Apple Pay is going to completely dominate the finance space, and that you might as well sell your shares right now if you're a PayPal shareholder. Now, I couldn't disagree more, but there are some issues that PayPal has had over the past, right? A stock like PayPal that's down 80% from its all-time highs currently year to date obviously has some issues, right? Now, with Alex Chriss as their CEO, I'm very bullish on PayPal. I really think he can turn it around. He had a phenomenal career with Intuit. Okay, so I'm not really worried about the future of the company, and I don't think you should be as well. Earnings reported really strong numbers. It was nothing amazing or groundbreaking, but considering how much work they have to do to turn this company around, I thought the numbers were very good. Now, Alex is a younger CEO, and even though he is experienced in the finance space, right, or just understanding how the business works, he did make a very critical mistake in saying that PayPal was going to be showcasing something on Innovation Day that was going to completely shock the world and revolutionize the finance space. Now, when the news was actually reported, it wasn't that exciting at all, and it was nothing groundbreaking or nothing shocking. And arguably, you could say that the news that PayPal announced was something that other companies have already been doing. Now, if it was something along the lines of, well, Apple Pay is going to stop calling it Apple Pay and they're just going to use, PayPal for all its transactions, then yes, that would be something that would completely shock the world and get investors, coming in troves to buy this stock, right? But that's not what happened. So I'm sure Alex has a lot of, older, wiser team members that are saying like, look, Alex, you can't say something like that, buddy. You're going to get yourself in big trouble because now you just set up the expectation to be something this high and this amazing. But in reality, it's no big deal. It's just another day at PayPal. So I think Alex needs to watch what he says and be careful with his wording. Now, after they reported earnings, Alex seemed a lot more calm, a lot more composed. He had a lot better word choice while presenting the information about the future of this company. But there is something else that Alex said during the conference call that was a little bit concerning to some people. Now, what Alex had said was that they basically made their guidance very low on the stock, right? And that scares investors because they were hoping that Alex would set the bar really high for their next EPS report, but they're not going to do that. They're kind of do it on a quarter to quarter basis. Now, some people think, well, if they set the bar low, it's because they think that they're not going to make sales, that they're not going to make enough revenue to really succeed, and that this stock is still trash and all this other stuff that you hear, the haters of PayPal say, right? But in my opinion, it's a very tactical move on Alex's part because he understands that there is a lot to prove still to investors that PayPal is a good investment. So by setting the bar low, he's going to slowly gain back the trust of all these investors because they set it at an obtainable level. So when you start hitting goals that are obtainable and you start to beat them time and time again, you're just leaving little breadcrumbs for these investors that, like, okay, whatever number PayPal sets out on after their earnings report, I'm confident that they will hit that. I can see that they understand how much their company can grow and what is obtainable and what is not. And there's nothing more that a long-term investor loves is something that's consistent. And I think that's what Alex Chris is trying to bring is consistency, showing that he can make PayPal grow over time. It may not be an explosive growth, but what PayPal needs right now is Wall Street backing it. And I think he is going to obtain that after listening to the conference call. So for a lot of people, that's why the price sharply fell was, two main reasons, in my opinion. One of it was they were expecting something shocking from PayPal, and that didn't happen. And the second reason is because people wanted the market to go, the market is very bullish right now. The market's been up and doing so well lately. They wanted the same for PayPal, but Alex set out a realistic goal rather than a super high number that, maybe they wouldn't end up hitting. And if they don't hit that number, then investors are going to lose confidence in the company. And that's the worst thing that could happen to PayPal right now. And I think people are starting to turn around and kind of see that because PayPal is already trending back up in the low 60s today. So, I think people are just coming around. I think they were just a little more shocked and, kind of like, oh, what's going on with PayPal? What's going to happen in the future? But in the long term, I think people with enough wisdom and enough experience in the market, they kind of see the long term picture now unfolding and agree with what Alex Chris had to say as far as the guidance and the future of the company. And they can trust in that because, Alex is very clear from the beginning. He's very transparent. He always has been. He told us already, just like Elon told us. Elon Musk said for Tesla, we are going to struggle the next quarter. And we're going to struggle the next quarter after that. It's a very tough market out there. And what happened? Tesla fell in price. They, barely beat on earnings, but it was nothing significant for a growth company like Tesla. And Alex Chris has the same level of transparency. He told us it's going to take a year longer to get PayPal back on the track that he wants it at. So when a CEO talks and you can put their trust in them, we as investors need to learn and trust in that process as well because he's giving us all the answers. We just need to listen, right? People, put your wants aside. I want PayPal to go to $100 a share again. But do I think that's going to happen in a year? No, absolutely not. Why? Because I can see the numbers, I can read the reports, and more importantly, I can listen to the CEO who's willing to be honest and kind of vulnerable about where PayPal is at currently with its share value, with its price. But there's a lot of exciting news coming up with PayPal. The company is going to be buying back shares. 5 billion shares is what they plan on buying back. And there's no better way to add value to your company and improve your EPS by buying back shares. So if PayPal, the company, is confident to buy back their own shares at these low prices, then that gives me confidence as well as an investor to go ahead and pick up as many shares as I can because it's not going to stay this low forever. When PayPal went back down to, I think it was around 56, 57, don't quote me, after earnings, I went and bought even more shares because that gets me excited. I know that that's a dip, that's an opportunity. And even the company thinks it's so much of a dip and they're so confident it's not going to go below that. They're willing to buy back 5 billion shares. Okay. So that is huge news for the future of PayPal. And I think things are really looking good if you're willing to hold this stock long term. All right, so to wrap up PayPal in a nutshell, if you're looking to day trade this stock, then I think anything below 60 is a really good opportunity to make some profits, get in, get out type of deal. If you're looking to swing trade this stock, ideally, I would recommend trying to purchase this stock around $57 to $60 a share because, PayPal is it's got a lot of growth opportunities, but it's a slow grower. It's never explosive. If you look on the weekly to monthly chart, there's usually not more than a 10% move in either direction, up or down. So, that being said, try to keep your average as low as possible. Buy in under $60 ideally, and usually within a week, 2 weeks, you'll usually see it go, anywhere from $62 to $68 a share. So that's a little bit of opportunity right there for some gains. It's really up to you how you want to play this stock. But again, I don't really worry about all that. I don't focus on that. For me, I think the long term approach with the stock like PayPal is the best. Again, they're down 80% from their all time highs. This stock, in my opinion, could double in the next 3 to 5 years, but it's going to be a slow roll. They still have a lot of trust to gain from investors. And if you guys want to check out my videos on other stocks, Palantir, SoFi, and many others, go ahead and check out some of my videos down below. Thanks again so much, you all, for being here, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.